We're overdue for a rollout. I'm Zach Shipley, and I am driving, and sometimes I turn on my camera on my phone and just record my thoughts as I'm going from place to place. Today is June 4th. Yes, 2024. And boy, I've been busy. You know, this goes on my real estate channel, and so I try to come up with something. Oh shoot! Well, we got a deer crossing. Oh boy, New Berlin. That's what we got for you. New Berlin, Wisconsin. It's still pretty whatever. So this goes on my real estate channel, and these videos go on my real estate channel, and so I try to talk about what's happening in real estate or what's going on in my business at any given time when I'm talking about it. And so the reason that I haven't recorded something for this channel in a little bit is because I have been ridiculously busy. It's a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have for that matter, because I'm having my best year ever. In a time when people are talking about the market being slow or down or whatever, it's just a good reminder that, like, I don't need to sell every single house, and I'm not controlled by the market at all. And when, you know, sales are down overall, that's okay, because, like, if the, you know, just going from, like, you know, the macro level, if 1,000 homes are on the market right now in the area that I serve, it's more than that, but I'm just using as an example. I don't need to sell all 1,000. All I need to sell is like maybe one or two in any given month, or, you know, maybe 2 or 3 if I'm having a really good month. And that's all I need. And so because I don't need to sell all of them, all I got to do is find, like, you know, 1 or 2 people who are willing to buy or to sell, and work with them and carry them through the transaction, and that's it. Been swimming in good Google reviews lately, and so that also means that I'm getting more referrals and getting better traffic from Google searches. And so when I think about my good fortune in this regard, I also know that it's not something that is just completely luck. Some of it is, you know, 8 years of hard work to get here, because I didn't just start. I've been doing this for a while, and so you don't get your best year ever overnight, unless it is pure luck, and you don't get your best year in year 8 unless you're really doing something well and being consistent at it. So I pride myself on being at this point right now where I've got returning clients. I've got clients who are referrals from past clients. I've got people who I've earned their trust because you know, they saw the Google review and they gave me a call or sent me an email, and I went out to their house and was able to put together something for them. So, like, it's really just it's stacking all of these things on top of each other. There's no one thing, and that's something I'll really caution, especially new real estate agents or even experienced ones who have really just one lead source. Because when you have only one lead source, as soon as something changes about that, then you might be out of luck. So I watch out for the people who maybe get almost all their business from social media. That's cool that you do, because, like, I rarely get business from social media. No one's going to leave a comment on this video saying that they want me to sell their house or they want to buy a house with me. Maybe they will, but it seems unlikely. And so, like, it's really cool that some people are getting a lot of business from social media. But as soon as Instagram or Google or TikTok or whatever changes some algorithms, like, their highly trafficked posts might go away, and they have no control over that. And, you know, or, you know, the TikTok ban went into effect, and then they keep pushing it back, and now everyone seems to be kind of ignoring it. You never know when someone simply decides that, the TikTok ban actually does need to go into effect. We're enforcing the law, and then you no longer have your TikTok audience. There's nothing you can do about that, because it's so far above our control. But when you have people that you know and you talk to regularly, then nothing can really keep me from talking to those people and staying top of mind when they want to have either a real estate conversation, or they know a friend who wants to buy a house or move. And so I've got a really good pipeline because of that. I've got a good balance of that. And as I said, like I've got a number of people who've reached out based on Google searches, but also don't take it for granted that like that's going to be really sustainable over a long term, because as soon as Google decides to change their algorithm, or there's a settlement on the Google ad case that changes things, or that they debundle Chrome, or whatever, all the stuff that they've been talking about in tech world about Google, it's like you never know how it's gonna shake out. So the only thing you do is just make sure you have lots of different places you can go for these for business. And then the other thing that I'm thinking about is, because I've been so busy, I really have to kind of feel good for myself for how well I've been managing multiple clients at the same time. There was a situation not that long ago wherein a client really got on my case for a lack of communication, and I took that to heart. And it's not like I make a habit of it. It's just those very specific set of circumstances that happened with this client, and so I've been very mindful about, like, sending a message, a text, an email, even when there's nothing to say. Just saying, hey, I'm still looking for a house for you, or like, hey, we've had some showings on the property you have for sale, and here's the feedback, or I'm just checking in, but I don't have just to let you know that I'm still working on it, even if there's no big news to share. Just being really mindful about stuff like that, because they're gonna end up paying me a lot of money. And so it's not unfair for them to have high expectations. Expectations are not always consummate with the amount of income that someone makes. I kind of feel like, I'm heading to a restaurant right now to have lunch with a friend, and I know that like expectations are always really high for servers. Even though servers don't make that much money overall, I try to help as much as I can. You leave a good tip when they do a good job and stuff. Or even if they don't necessarily do a super great, I don't want to get all boomer on it, but I when they do a good job, I leave a good tip, and if they do like a real piss job, I sometimes will short that. But I also understand, like, it's an extremely difficult job. You're on your feet the whole time. You have to memorize stuff. You got to make recommendations, and then even aside from that, like, it's also they have to also be in constant contact with multiple people at the same time. So when I find it hard to talk to two different buyers and a seller in the same day, because they all have very different needs, and like they all want my attention at different times, think about how hard it must be for a server during the middle of lunch rush, where they got 5-6 different tables, again, all needing different things at different times. So I want to take that mentality into everything I do going forward, so that I can continue to serve my clients at a high level. And if you're a real estate agent watching this, that's a mentality for you to maybe adopt as well. There's a lot of agents that I know and have talked to who have some kind of history in service, either waiting tables or bartending, or hotel front desk or concierge or something like that, or even just like retail sales, just being in a store and being able to handle multiple people at the same time. And these are really good skills to have and continue to execute on. I'm yawning up a storm here. And so I want to be able to continue to execute on these kind of customer service skills and client skills at a high level. And I haven't hit my ceiling yet. So even though I have an offer for a client out right now for a buyer, and I haven't heard yet whether the offers got accepted, I do have another buyer with an accepted offer where I'm talking about home inspection. I have a listing where the home inspection was yesterday, and that's and I haven't heard back from the buyer yet about like if they want any repairs or anything like that. I have another client whose home inspection is going to be on Friday, and so I'm in communication with them. And then I have another listing who has like a showing that has shown great interest and may write an offer tonight. So that's 5 different transactions that I'm in the middle of right now that I'm just talking to today. That's not counting all the other people I've talked to in the last month, or people I'm already in contact with about selling in the future, or all the people I've talked to about either selling in the future, or who have asked me to help them find a house, and we're doing showings, but we're not under contract yet. You know, we have, I think as a team, with the other agents on my team, we have like something like 12 under contract right now, and I'm 4 of them. That's pretty good. It may be more by the end of this day. You know, I'm going to knock on wood and hope for the best. Again, having my best year ever, and I'm just looking to kind of keep that momentum going. That said, I got to look for the break time and for rest where I can find it. So this next weekend, I'm gonna have a little patio hangout with some friends, and then I know after that, like I'm just gonna be looking for, you know, the odd day to go to Six Flags or hang out with my kids, especially since they're gonna be off school. So, you know, let's go to the pool or whatever on any given day going forward. Got to make the most of the summer. Even though summer is the busiest time as a real estate agent, it's also like the most time I can potentially spend with my family. And I'm still going to be a realtor in 3 years and 5 years, but my kids who are 15 and 13, they may not be living with me in 5 years. They may, and even if they are still living with me, you know, an 18, 19-year-old is probably not going to want to hang out with dad at the same level that they are now. Even now, it's changed so much just in the last 5 years. 5 years ago, like, I was their whole world. So I was the way they got to the pool. I was the way they were able to get to anything fun in their life, and now they're just so much more independent. They've got friends they hang out with on a regular basis. So they don't need me in the same way. So I want to make sure that I'm taking care of all my clients, but also taking care of everybody at home too. It's a balancing act, and I'm overflowing all the time. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because realistically, what else am I going to do with my time? No, I haven't watched the new season of The Last of Us. No, I haven't caught up with this video game or read this book or I didn't make it to whatever concert recently. You know, it's like all that stuff is you know, it's good unwind time activity, but I feel real satisfied with what I have been doing. So how can I possibly complain?